I've said it many times on TV lately and to the newspapers, but I truly love this city. And anything I can do to shine an international spotlight on this city and attract more visitors to this city, I am more than willing to do. And Dolly and Pedro have an amazing organization that reaches out to this community in nursing homes, children's hospitals, all over this region. And it's always an honor to be a part of that, and I'm fully supportive of everything they do. And I hope that I see all of you at Circus Sarasota, and that'll be your opportunity to actually meet me live, up front, close, and in person. After every single performance, I sit out in front of that tent, sign autographs, shake hands, and answer questions until the last person leaves. So again, thank you, Sarasota, and thank you, Dolly and Pedro.
I'd just like to say Nick does our industry proud, and we're so proud of him and his whole family. Thank you so much, Nick, for being with us.
That means a lot coming from her, just so the people that don't know in our industry, but Dolly Jacobs is a superstar, to say the least, in our industry, so it means more than you guys probably realize. You know, everything went smooth as can be expected. You know, there's always unforeseen circumstances that we face. We had a challenge when we got up there to get the balancing pole up. Normally, I just ride up on that headache ball, but last night we got a call. Crane company was concerned about that, asked me to go up in a basket, so you saw I had to climb up outside of that basket. Actually makes it more dangerous, to be honest, but it's procedure, and that's what we do. So, and then getting the balancing pole to me, I brought none other than Pedro Reyes, because who else can you get? Luckily, we're in a city full of people that are willing to push the limits, and this is one of them. So I called him actually I texted him late last night and said, hey, I need your help. And he never knows what he's getting into. About 7 or 8 years ago, we were in Detroit, Michigan, filming a McDonald's commercial, and I brought my riggers, and they actually had to go on top of the crane and wait, because it was me and my sister, who happens to be here, and she's performing with me in Circus Sarasota this year, Liana. And so he had to go up on top and hand her the pole, but it wasn't supposed to be him. It was supposed to be 2 of my riggers, and they both chickened out, and this man had to go up there and do it for us. So we have some amazing memories. Again, someone that I highly respect and have looked up to my entire life is Pedro Reyes.
What does Sarasota look like from the wire?
Sarasota. What does Sarasota look like from the wire? It looks amazing, just as amazing as it does down here. It's a beautiful city, and I want to buy that condo when I can afford it. You know, my dad plays a key role in every walk that I do. He is the man on the ground, making sure that these stabilizer ropes are in their proper places and they're staying taut. It's always a challenge for him to get through the crowds to make it to the next person, and that was a bit of the problem today that we had, was the fact that he couldn't get to the next rope in time. Some of them were slack, and the rope was moving quite a bit under my feet. But again, training for Niagara helped immensely for this. And also the wind, to be honest, was a lot stronger than I expected. And there were some big gusts. But I say expected, you don't know what to expect. We're right on the water, and that was one of the unique aspects of this walk, is the fact that I was fully exposed to the wind. There were no buildings to block that wind.
And I know there was a height difference between the crane and the tower. Talk about almost going a little bit downhill.
There was a height difference. Last night we had to set this up because the DOT would only give us permits to close down 41 at 3 in the morning. So we had to wait till 3 in the morning to rig this cable. And because it was so dark out last night when it was rigged, you couldn't see how high it was. And this morning we came in and realized that it was about 25 feet too high. So I'd have been walking very, very steep downhill. So we were able to make some last-minute adjustments. Luckily, when we use these cranes, normally we have to set pins. They're all hydraulic. If the fluid leaks, they can drop in. So we have to set what's called pins. These pins set, and it's basically a permanent lock-off, so we're bypassing the hydraulics. And a lot of times we can't lower the crane, but thank God this morning it worked out. We were able to lower it. It was still probably about 12 feet higher than this side, and I very much dislike walking downhill. It's just like walking upstairs. If you're going to trip upstairs, the stairs are there. You're going to trip downstairs, they're a lot further away. But in the end, all's well that ends well, and here I am. When I knelt down, I was promoting my appearance at Circus Sarasota. That's what I was thinking. That's what it was about, telling the live stations that I was talking to that I'll be performing here at Circus Sarasota, and everybody can come see me.
Nick, because you're carrying on the family name and tradition, you think your great-grandfather would have been very proud that you came here to Sarasota and did this?
I think he'd be very proud. I think he would have probably ran past me while I was up there, but he'd definitely be very proud of me.